For months now, people have been talking about the great wealth transfer. The fact that, as per reports like Knight Frank, millennials will inherit a whopping $90 trillion over the next 20 years, which will make them the richest generation in history. This report basically found that the so-called silent generation, those born between 1928 to 1945, and the boomers, the generation who was born from then to 1964, will pass their assets to the millennials. And more significantly, in large part due to this, women are going to have more money than ever before. A study by McKinsey found that $30 trillion of the boomers' wealth will largely be controlled by women. This is equivalent to the annual US GDP. And considering that millennials have been portrayed as the frivolous spenders, not saving as much, splurging more on concerts instead of saving for a house. Analysts also started giving their opinions, saying that millennials are ill-prepared to handle this wealth. Accountants are talking about how to tax this wealth. And financial advisors are thinking about how they'll deal with clients. But before any of the millennials or even Gen Zs start to object to this, comes a twist in the tale. Recent reports show that the newer generations may actually not get this crazy amount of money. There seems to be a disconnect between how much millennials expect to receive versus the amount their parents plan to leave behind. As per USA Today Blueprint, 68% millennials and Gen Zs expect to receive an inheritance of nearly $320,000 on average. 52% of them think they'll get even more. However, 55% of boomers say they'll pass on less than $25,000 as per Alliant. Several other such reports have come out in the last few weeks. There seem to be two main reasons for this discrepancy. One, that the parents just aren't talking to the kids openly enough about what exactly their plans are. Even investing legend Warren Buffett issued a warning about this amid the whole great wealth transfer debate, telling all parents, whether they are of modest or staggering wealth, to have their kids read their will before it's finally signed to ensure that the children understand both the logistics and the responsibility of their decisions. As per a Citizens Bank survey, most Americans report that they don't have enough financial confidence to manage a large influx of money by themselves. And two, is an obvious one: rising inflation. High cost of healthcare and longer life expectancies mean that boomers are now less secure about their financial standing, and hence less generous when it comes to giving away money. In the US, as per a financial report, fewer Americans are feeling financially confident, and just 14% consider themselves wealthy. And this is the richest nation in the world. At least, their total GDP is the world's highest. But even so, over the next decade or two, this intergenerational wealth transfer would make millennials the richest generation in history. This draws more significance right now, considering that youngsters nowadays are finding it hard to make it on their own. Besides the fact that food and housing costs are soaring, their wages are lower than their parents after adjusting for inflation, at least in the US. And they have huge student loans on their head. So, this is a conversation parents do need to have with their adult children, to set expectations straight. On the face of it right now, it does seem that millennials will get a lot of money, but probably not as much as they expected. Hence, making them the richest generation, but with a tinge of disappointment. Either ways, it's important to be prepared and well-equipped to handle this money through proper savings and investment tools. Hope you enjoyed this video. For more such content, keep watching Mint.